Good day to you, gentle viewers. I'm Arn. With me today is Aqeel. So we put the post-it note on the logo.
I get to actually be involved for once. It's great.
Eddie's at work, so like he can't go skiving for an undetermined amount of time to join us today. So we're gonna sit here and watch some lucha libre while he's not around. I don't know if Eddie's averse to lucha or I don't know, but like we're going to watch it anyway. So this match is from CMLL. It took place in January of this year, so something fairly topical. It's potentially a match of the year contender, but
it's probably going to be the lucha match of the year.
Okay.
If not, we'll have a pretty strong year, but it's probably going to be lucha match of the year. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so this is in CMLL. It's Volador Jr. against Rocky Romero. It's for Volador Jr.'s title.
Universal title or something. Look, lucha titles don't matter. I don't know what it is.
I know he's held the belt for like 9 years. Yeah. So, and I'm not exaggerating either. That's not an exaggeration. He's literally held the belt for about 9 years. With Matt Taven won it about 4 years ago, and then Volador Jr. won it back again. So, like, he's literally held this belt for the best part of a decade. Lucha is great. He probably defends it about 3 times a year, but we're going to watch.
Even that's a heavy year for him, 3 times.
Yeah. It's great. So here is the match. It is on YouTube. It's on their official CMLL channel. It's from their like Super Friday, basically Super Friday.
It's the Friday Arena Mexico show. They run Arena Mexico every Friday. This was that Friday, one of the Friday shows.
Friday in January. So we've got about 20 minutes. So here it goes. Gonna take the volume down a little bit. There we go.
Do you know anything about this match coming in?
I know who they both are.
To be honest, there's not a huge amount you need to know.
I do know. I'm just going to throw in some of my historical knowledge that when Rocky Romero first went to CMLL like 20 years ago, he definitely had a singles match with Volador Jr. for a title. I can't remember what the title was, but I'm pretty sure Romero won
it. It might have been the same title. No, there's not a huge amount to this. Rocky's coming in. He's been playing heel for a little bit now. CMLL, since about summer last year has been really, really strong. And this feels like, I wouldn't say the peak because it's a bit early, but it feels like, you know, it's really, really back as a company now.
Is this 2 out of 3 falls?
Yes.
Okay. So that's something that threw me the first time I ever watched CMLL is that everything is 2 out of 3 falls. Or except when it's not.
Except when it's not. Yeah. It's one of those things that takes getting used to. Because a lot of them are structured a lot the same way, where the first 2 falls are really, really quick, and then you basically do the final fall.
Then the match happens. I'm always like of the opinion, why don't you just have the match?
Tradition, isn't it?
Yeah, not wanting to mess with like tradition or anything, but you could just, you know, do something different. One of my favorite things about CMLL is they always have those like girls that dance on the ramp, and it doesn't matter what music's playing; it's always the same dance. It's always the same thing that they do. Hey, there you go.
I always like they do the pictures before the title matches.
Oh. Makes it feel more like a sport, which is they do that in Japan as well with title matches.
Sin límite de tiempo. En una esquina, el retador.
Yeah, I haven't watched any CMLL in a long time.
It was really, really bad over the pandemic. Just because the whole business is built around Brazilian tourists touring in Mexico. And so obviously once COVID hits, we've got no tourists.
No tourists, no crowd.
Referee para este encuentro, la revelación internacional, Edgar El Güero Noriega.
Yeah, I've always found CMLL is probably the better of the Mexican promotions, the big two. But RRR is more like accessible because it's more Western.
Yeah, CMLL is more traditional, and when it's good, it's a lot better. I like AAA, but I also have a damaged brain.
When AAA is really bad, it's really bad. It's unspeakably bad. What a hot crowd.
It's really, yeah. This is one of the things people struggle to get into with Lucha. There's a lot of playing to the crowd.
Well, the crowd tends to be loud throughout, rather than popping high spots and chanting and stuff. It's just there's this constant rumbling of noise.
Yeah.
Habilidad luchística, tiene rapidez, espectacularidad. Dos gladiadores de un estilo parecido. El Volador Junior. Ahí está. El depredador del aire. Enfrentando.
See, Volador is not a guy I've liked very much.
Volador's a weird guy because, like, he is rubbish a lot, but he's also capable of having these really great matches, and they don't seem to like appear with any rhyme or reason. It's just every now and again, it's like, oh, Volador Jr.'s had this absolute stone cold banger, and you believe it because it's Volador Jr., but like they just seem to have no. He doesn't have hot spells where like he's great for like 6 months or something. He just suddenly he'll have this incredible match and then he'll go stone cold again.
It's basically it'll be like once a year he'll just randomly decide not to be lazy and have to kill a match.
I do enjoy Tope, but like I wish whoever was taking it made it look like they're not just standing there waiting to get hit with a dive.
Yeah.
Which is hard.
I think the problem is everyone does topes now, so they don't. You really notice when people not selling it well.
Yeah, I need my topes to be crazy out of control topes. Like I need them to go absolutely full bore into it with hell for leather, take out the front row kind of dives that like La Parka used to do in WCW and Super Calo. That's what I want out of my dives.
You know who has a really good tope? He's in WWE now. King Cuerno. I can't remember his WWE name. Santos Escobar.
Okay, I don't think I've seen Santos Escobar. I might have done. Is he in NXT?
No, he's in. Because they brought back the LWO.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Into the front row. They took out that fan's beer there. Can't have that.
All part of the experience.
Vamos a ver aquí la repetición. Tope suicida de Volador Junior y Rocky Romero.
I love the reaction of the second. No.
De Azúcar Romero, el hombre internacional de la New Japan Pro Wrestling, que así está siendo humillado por el campeón.
Is there really a need for the referee to have the Bane mask on?
It's really weird, isn't it? I don't know why. I don't know why he has it.
I assume they started doing it during COVID, but like it looks excessive to me.
Yeah.
respondiendo. La patada frontal. Ahora vamos a ver. Ahí intentaba el Shiranui. Y ahora esquivando. Le pone velocidad. Aquí con este satélite DDT.
There's been some really, really loose stuff at the start of this that's
Yeah.
it's not really my bag.
It's stuff you sort of have to accept with Lucha.
Yeah, you say that, but then there are luchadors who don't do it as much.
Yeah.
More of an art form, really, lucha than a competitive sport kind of thing. Is that fair? I don't know.
I don't fully agree with that. I think it can sometimes delve into that. But I don't fully agree with that. No.
El hombre que está haciendo second de Volador Junior dice
Union Jack in the background there.
Romero que pide un espacio, pide un tiempo, hay una lesión. Sí, señor, sí. Pide tiempo, pide una oportunidad. A ver, tranquilo. Esto, pues obviamente se lo permite Volador Junior, pero solo por eso. Y ahora está ya reingresando al cuadrilátero.
Yeah, so going into this, Rocky was sort of working everywhere as just sort of New Japan representative, and he seems to have settled into Mexico for a bit. He seems to be enjoying it.
Yeah, he's been like a New Japan guy for like 20 years now, Rocky. It's like he started wrestling with out of like Havana with Ricky Reyes.
Yeah,
and they got booked on a tour of New Japan like right at the start of his career, like a year and a half in, I think. And they just really liked him. They didn't like Ricky Reyes, obviously, because he stinks. But then, like, Romero just kept getting invited back. I think he was in Super Juniors, his second tour or third tour. So, yeah, he just caught on real quick there, and they've liked him ever since.
He's I'm pretty sure he's helping booking now. So he's there for good.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's a very, very talented wrestler. I've watched him live. So when you see someone live, you can see how their work is. Like, it doesn't always come across perfectly on TV. You can kind of look at the angle that you want to see. So, yeah, I've seen him work up close, and like he's very technically smooth.
Ahí está la gente haciéndose notar en esta batalla internacional apoyando al mexicano en su casa.
If you felt all the transitions and stuff that was loose right at the start isn't anymore, so that's good.
Ahí está el golpe al plexus. Hace tambalear a Rocky Romero con esta tremenda palanca al brazo.
I don't think I've seen Rocky live.
Viene.
Yeah, I must have seen Rev Pro.
Ahí tiene el control ahora. Lo está llevando a la zona de cuerdas en esta rivalidad que parece ancestral. Ahí está Volador sacudiendo. Recuerda que es a una sola caída la batalla por el campeonato mundial histórico welter. Aquí viene con todo Volador. ¡Va a volar!
That was cool.
I do like the commentary doing the whole goal celebration. Goal!
Observen liberando de manera magistral la cuerda superior. Aquí otro ángulo de este vuelo electrizante. El depredador del aire, Volador Junior, dando en el objetivo. Ahí el vuelo.
Very cool,
Estamos en presente. El pasado ha sido glorioso. Ofrece el presente, la magia de la gloria. Ahí los dos gladiadores por el campeonato mundial histórico welter. Esto está candente, Juan Carlos.
Claro que sí. Y no mencionamos al referee Juan Noriega porque ha hecho un trabajo al momento discreto y muy bueno.
I have very specific likes and dislikes in wrestling, so like this has been a mixture of both so far.
Well, don't forget, it's only the first four.
Atrapa el brazo volador.
It's Qaeda, isn't it? Fall.
Yeah.
Rocky Romero que va las sogas. Mete fuerte. Ese brazo al cuello haciendo girar.
This is Uno Qaeda.
Primera.
Oh yeah, and then Secunda.
Segunda, yeah. Like the blog.
Yeah.
Estamos llegando a todo el mundo, sí señor, por eso.
There has been a lot of selling in the last like minute and a half.
Yeah.
A lot of selling. I'm finding it hard to believe that Rocky is that gassed after like 6 minutes.
There's been some stiff hits there here and there. I could maybe buy it.
El refre contó bastante lento para mí.
Bueno, ahí está la apreciación por parte de Jean-Claire Le Castellier.
So after this match, they've been feuding on and off the whole year. They're a part of a four-way Western match, and they do a lot of tag matches in New Japan Strong.
Cool.
Vamos a ver a Rocky Romero. Intenta de nueva cuenta.
He's gone to the well one too many times.
Arremete. Patada en la región media. Y aprovecha. No,
I like that.
conoce al rival. Y ahora
Put your feet on the ropes, Rocky.
Yes.
Cheat to win.
Esto es de alto voltaje. Dos rivales que se conocen de manera perfecta.
Other my peeves with Lucha is how slow the referees are. And it works when you've got like two old, out of shape guys just beating the piss out of each other and like punching each other in the face for 20 minutes. Works less well when you've got like high flyers doing flash pins and the ref's like 1, 2, etc.
It's a common complaint. It's a common complaint, but refs are heels and faces in Lucha. So if you noticed, he did a bit of a fast count for Volador Jr.
Yeah.
Ya se le subió también un poco la bilirrubina, Oráculo, porque parecía que eliminaban y ya le ganaban.
It's just when you have them flash pins, it's like, come on.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable that he's there like wriggling around for an extra 3 or 4 seconds on a flash pin. On a knockout, it's less worrying. That whole thing was better because he absolutely launched him out of the ring and then didn't give him time to recover before hitting the dive, which makes it make more sense. And then like he's barely back up. He still caught him, but like you kind of want that.
Yeah.
My favorite example for guys who are great at catching dives but not making it look like they were going to is Dean Malenko. If you ever get the chance to see Dean Malenko in a match with any luchador, basically what he does is he staggers around on the outside going all like, ugh. And then he turns, he uses his peripherals and he turns while the guy's in the air and then catches him. So it can be done.
Yeah.
You just got to be really good.
I love the reactions of the seconds.
I don't actually know who's seconding either guy.
So Volador is Hechicero, I think. And Rocky is Oraculo. He's an American guy.
Okay, I didn't recognize him. He's got good reactions though, because like he's out there doing a lot of the old like kind of stuff.
Well, you need the big stooging reactions. Pantomime.
Ah, nice.
Ooh.
That's the best bump of the match so far. That was great.
Es mandado ahí a la zona del público. Esto puede ser momentos
I do appreciate that he kind of glanced over his shoulder before he took it as well, just making sure there's no kids that he's about to land on.
Yeah.
Or chickens or whatever is running around the ringside. I literally saw a picture of a chicken in a train station in Alabama right before we recorded, and I was stuck in my head that there was a...
I was wondering, why would there be
Yeah.
chickens?
Aquí viene Rocky Romero, ve nada más como tienen muy malas condiciones.
No, I'm trying to think how wrong this isn't 2 out of 3 falls.
Ve nada más, es un momento peligroso, es una situación que puede generar mucho, pero mucho descontrol. Cuidado, no puede ser. Rocky Romero.
Oh, that's great.
Wild. That's wild.
Visto esto.
I've never seen that before.
No, I don't think I've ever seen anyone get suplexed off the guardrails. I mean, somebody should definitely steal that.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic spot. The fact that he didn't look really set up as well was cool.
Yeah.
It's hard to do stuff like that and not make it look really cooperative-y.
Well, it helped. It made sense because Volador was climbing over after taking that one.
Yeah. And it was a great bump as well, so you know he's looking kind of ruined by it. Crowd's hot.
Yeah. That's what's really helped them come back, the promotion. You've got tourists back and the crowds are wild. See, because you didn't watch a lot of pandemic era wrestling, this doesn't feel as special to you, I guess.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch it for a reason. Well, several reasons, but like one of the reasons was there's no crowd, and wrestling with no crowd, there is no point.
Yeah.
¿Cuántos movimientos hemos visto? Y eso me gusta. De Rocky Romero que está entregando al 100%. Se estrella. La patada de ganchito que conecta. Atención. Volador Junior. Que haciendo girar la cabeza.
Puede ser final 1-2.
Yeah, I don't think it's 3 falls. I think that's definitely a fall if it's 2 out of 3.
Se ha finiquitado, amigos. Qué batalla estamos llevándola a todos ustedes. La mejor lucha libre del mundo. La lucha que sí es lucha. Rocky Romero contra Volador Junior. Volador Junior contra Rocky Romero en este campeonato mundial histórico welter. En la Bay Catedral, Rocky dice vámonos. Le dice de toda la distancia ahí a Volador Junior. Hay rencor de 20 años atrás, Vicky.
Sí, se vieron las caras en el aniversario 70. Y viene ahí colocando
I think he keeps going for the same move and then
Keeps getting reversed.
Well, he hit it the first time, or he hit like a variation of it the first time, and now like he can't get it because like Volador's seen the setup for it and is like, nah, you're not getting me again, brother.
Rocky Romero. Ahora tomando al rival. Y ahora sí. Con este
You say that.
DDT invertido. Ahí lo tiene. No llega la palmada número 3, Juan Carlos.
Si ha soportado esto, Volador Junior, caramba, ¿qué tiene que pasar? El gasto lo sigue haciendo Rocky Romero, que sigue insistiendo que es el padre de Volador Junior.
Even though I don't really like the refereeing normally, I think he's doing a really good job in this match. Like, he looks gassed trying to keep up with what's going on.
También empieza a abandonar tanto campeón como aspirante, pero orgullo lo saca a flote. Ahí está el cubano moviendo los hombros, metiendo mucha azúcar al asunto. Tiene que aprovechar, no tiene que dejar vivir más a Volador Junior. Esa confianza, quiere ir más a la esquina todavía. El aspirante al campeonato histórico, Braxero mexicano, viene, después hay la patada circular a la cabeza sobre Rocky Romero en zona peligrosa. Veremos otra vez quién castiga a quién. No pierde detalle. Atención con esto. Vamos a ver qué hace. Y Spanish Fly. Volador Junior cubriendo a Rocky. La cuenta de uno.
Not really what you call a traditional Spanish one.
It's not a great setup either.
He just kind of threw him and was like, well, you know, I might as well attempt to do my bit, but you know. The important part is the impact, so I really don't care about that. I think that was fine.
Yeah.
The impact is all on Romero, and he's supposed to be taking it, so. I'm a big fan of the aerial shot they do over the ring.
It's great. The production, CMLL production, is really, really strong.
Yeah, it's a really well-designed set, well lit. The use of technology in the background there is good.
Yeah,
it's not overwhelming. It's not the neon mess that WWE can be sometimes.
It feels
really good.
Yeah, it feels big time without being overbearing. Yeah.
¿Qué lucha, señoras y señores? Usted la está viviendo. El Consejo Mundial no es historia. La escribe día a día y para muestras está viendo una gran confrontación de 10, ¿eh?
Si algo me pasa, Juan Carlos, avisa a mi familia.
¿Y qué hacemos con tus amigas hoy?
Te las dejo, Juan Carlos.
Muy bien, perfectamente.
They've certainly got the crowd.
Y ahí está, vean.
It's been a big success for getting them reactions.
El campeón histórico peso welter expone hoy después ahí. Destroyer lo tiene, lo cubre, descarga uno, dos.
I love the referee.
Yeah, he's completely won me over now. The ref, he's doing a great job.
Otra vez Rocky Romero le ha respondido. Le ha dicho a Volador Junior, no, otra vez no.
No.
Qué manera de aguantar por parte del retador, son las ganas.
Qué gran lucha.
He must be going to Freedom Sports Bar and Grill all of a sudden. I guess advertising does work. I feel like the Volador has basically been his own worst enemy in this match. He constantly keeps getting caught when he's trying to do something high flying related. He keeps getting caught going to the ropes. Oh, that's cool. Historical.
Yes, it's the World Historic Heavyweight Championship. That's it. It used to be an NWA title. That's why they call it the historic.
Is that why they have 4 and 5 year runs with the belt? Is that the
yeah?
Rocky might retire with the title.
En el primer monarca mundial superligero y ahora destrona a Volador Junior y le quita el campeonato mundial histórico welter. Esto calienta, Juan Carlos.
Un extranjero antes, Robert Martin, le quitó el campeonato.
So there he is being strapped up. He is the new Don.
Well, without spoiling too much, it doesn't last very long.
There we go, and that's the end of that. So, so you think that's probably going to be in the match of the year talk for?
I imagine so. I feel like you didn't love it as much as I did.
I think that'd be fair. I have very specific things that will draw me in and that will turn me off.
Sure.
And if I see them, it's almost like in my head is like a tightening up process of like, that's going to hold me back, and then it'd be like, yeah, that'll push me on, you know, like it's just structure for me is there are many different ways to have a wrestling match, but if you want to have a really, really great match, then there are certain things you just can't do.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Sure. I'm not as it's interesting. I'm not quite as rigid with sort of the idea of what needs to be happen in a great match to make it great, I suppose.
It's not so much what needs to happen, it's what needs to not happen.
Sure. Okay. Look, first of all, I'm a very simple man. I see cool moves. I get happy. I don't need as much, I guess, structure. Would that be fair? It's the lack of structure there that's hurting you a little bit.
I think it was just the start was a bit messy for me, and it got better and it did make sense. And a lot of it was really good, but when the start of the match is a little bit sloppy, it just kind of takes me out of it a little bit. Sure. And it took me a good 5 minutes, I would say, after the stuff at the start to kind of start to get back into it again. That they had to do things to get me back into it. I wasn't there at the start.
I think that's completely fair. I will say, so I hadn't actually seen the match before we did this. I will say, for me personally, I don't think it will actually end up in my match of the year discussion. But I'd probably give it about 4.25, 4.5 stars. So it's bordering on there for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a pretty harsh mark. I won't give something north of 4 stars unless I think it's really, really good. Yeah. There was a lot of stuff in there though where it was pushing it. So the constant going to the well from Rocky and it being countered, the stuff with Volador being his own worst enemy, and like every time he got into trouble, it's because of himself, not because of something that Rocky was doing. I like that Rocky worked the arm really early and set his stall out for what he wanted to do for the story of the match. Like he
kept going back to it. He kept
and then the finish made sense, and the finish looked really cool. So they had a lot going for it. I struggle to give it anything north of 4. I think 4 is probably the ceiling for it. So I don't really see it in the match of the year conversation, but it was really good.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
And for the record, it got 4 3/4 from good old Dave.
Yeah. Meltzer has given a match 5 stars this year that I gave 2.5. So,
what was the match?
Carter Sonada? I think he went 5 on that.
Okay.
I just thought it was boring and nothing happened. So nothing happened, and they just did 30 minutes of selling and then 2 minutes of cool stuff, and that was the match. So
that sounds like every New Japan main event.
Anyway, I hate them all. So this was good. This was good. It wasn't great, but thanks for making me watch it, because I never would have watched this if you hadn't made me sit down and watch it. So I appreciate it.
Great.
Okay, so we'll be back again some point. It's kind of hard to get us all together at the moment, but I'm sure we'll find a way.
I'm sure.
Until next time, keep enjoying the wrestling.
Bye.
See you later.